Alright, let's look at the practice exam 3, problem number 5. Alright, so we want to find the absolute maximum and the absolute minimum of this given function on a closed interval from -3 to 0. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so first we need to find the critical number, so we have to take the derivative. So f prime of x is equal to, alright, so you have two things multiplied together. So here's our first guy, here is our second guy, so I'm going to use the product rule, and the derivative of the constant term is going to be 0 anyway. Alright, so derivative of the first guy is 1, multiplied by the second guy, which is a quantity x plus 1 squared, right, plus first guy is x minus 2 multiplied by the derivative of the second guy, so it's a multiply 2 in front and keep the inside function as it is, right? Subtract 1 from the power, so it's going to be the first power, right, which doesn't do anything, multiplied by the derivative inside, so which is going to be 1 again, right? So since raise it to the 1 doesn't do anything, so I'm gonna erase that, and multiply by 1 doesn't do anything, so I'm gonna erase that, and here is the same way, multiply by 1 doesn't do anything, so I erase that just to clean it up. Alright, then derivative of 3 is 0, so that's the derivative. Then I'm gonna clean up a little bit, so this is gonna be equal to, alright, so common factor. There's x plus 1 here, x plus 1, there are two of them, so I'm going to circle this to indicate that we have another x plus 1, and here circle that. Alright, so we can pull that guy out, so you have quantity x plus 1. Alright, then let's see, I think that's all the common factors, so I'm going to pick up the leftover. So leftover factor would be x plus 1 from the first term. Alright, and you're going to have to distribute 2 to x and -2. Alright, so you get 2 plus 2x minus 4. Alright, then if you combine that, you can see that we can just collect the like terms, and you have a 3x and 1 minus 4, so minus 3. Right, so we can actually pull 3 out of there, so I'm gonna put the 3 right in front. Right, x plus 1 is right here. Right, so I'm factor 3 out from 3x, so you're just going to get x. Factor 3 out from -3, so you're going to have -1. Right, now we can set this guy equal to 0. Right, so we'll get critical numbers here, so this will give us critical numbers, which are x equals -1, and also a positive 1, so plus minus 1. Alright, then but you can see that the interval is -3 to 0, so we only need to consider the -1 because positive 1 is not in this on this interval. Right, so we have let's see, 3 possible numbers we need to check. So we need to look at the let's see, maybe I'll do it here. So we need to look at the f of left hand side, so it's -3, left hand point I should say. Alright, so maybe I circle that. So there's a left hand point, and the critical number is right here, -1. Alright, so we have to look at the f of -1. Alright, also right hand point, so this guy is 0. Right, compute the f of 0. Alright, so let's compute. If you plug in -3 into the original function, so you're going to have -3 minus 2, so it's a -5 times, right, -3 plus 1, so it's going to be -2 squared, so that's 4, right? And then plus 3, right? That's going to be, so negative 20 plus 3, so it's a negative 17, right? So about negative 1. So if you plug in negative 1 here, negative 1 minus 2, that will be negative 3, right? Then multiply by negative 1 plus 1, so that's actually 0. 0 squared is 0. So plus 3 is, of course, just 3, right? And if you plug in 0, we have negative 2 times 0, so it's a 1 squared, so that's 1, plus 3. It's going to be negative 2 plus 3, so it's positive 1. All right, then we know what the absolute minimum is. Smallest value is this guy. So this guy is the absolute minimum value, right? So this is that. Right, then largest value is this guy right here. Absolute maximum, right, is 3. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.